learning blue, learning about blue. What will I learn today about blue? Grill knows a little about you, so here we go. And now you will learn about some shit today. I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist, and I did that on purpose to show you that I'm not a dancer and I'm not a singer. I'm not Kanye West. I'm not Jay-Z. So why did I do that? Why would I ever do that? What I know about in life, if there's one thing I know about in life, it's colors. And here's another freak show freebie for you. That's what we're gonna call this. Freak Show Freebie Friday, because today's Friday, right? So here's another freak show freebie for you. The color blue is not the color purple, and you got to look at something called the color wheel. And although blue is very close to purple, you might be shocked to find out blue is not purple, and it's damn sure not yellow, right? But and these are the things that a lot of artists don't know because they're kind of dumb or whatever. But they just don't know. They just don't know these things, and I know this stuff. I know a lot of things. So that is why you need to subscribe to me. You need to send me, you need to subscribe to my Patreon. You need to subscribe to the channel at minimum, right? You need to like this video. You need to put a comment. Literally everyone watching this video has the ability to put a comment down because that helps me with the algorithm, right? So make sure that you do that. And if you don't, I can tell who you are. I will block you. I will report you. I will blacklist you on inside of the professional art community. You will not get clients, and I have zero tolerance for that because you do have the ability, and just like you have the ability to learn about colors, just like I'm going to teach you in this video about how to use the color blue. Now, let's get into the first aspect of the color blue, okay? So, the first thing you have to understand is blue is oftentimes seen as the emotion of happiness, right? That's why the saying is that it's like tickle me blue, right? And so that's something you have to keep in mind when you're painting, is that blue is the happy color. That's what we call it in the industry. We call it the happy color, right? And so that's the first thing you need to know, and that will help you tremendously because here's how it works. I'm you, okay? I'm like this. I'm a little tiny person, right? Mentally, right? I'm you. And so but I didn't mean it like that, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm thinking to myself, I artist, I want to make pretty picture, me happy, make other people feel happy. I know, understand that like that's like not how everyone talks or whatever, but that's just how I think of like my audience, but you get what I'm saying. And so so me happy, me try to paint happy painting for other people, feel happy, and good time everyone, right? Many favorite, everyone love me, become famous, tickle me balls, suck me dong, right? And so in that situation, when you have that precise thought, you can say to yourself, me want happy painting, me use blue, me not use green, me not use red because because those colors are simply wrong. You're wrong for doing that, and don't try, because that's what we do. We understand blue is the happy color. Remember that as a mantra. If you can't remember that specifically, remember Griot's blue razor, happy razor. Remember the happy razor blade. Happy razor blade. Razor blade is blue. Cobalt. Remember, the manufacturer of this razor blade is blue. It's actually Marshalltown, but that's like, that's an even better brand than Cobalt. So I'm not poor, but I do need money for the Whipple supercharger. So, and that's gonna you know, hit the bank probably about $4,000 because I need all the fuel system stuff and whatever. But you know, that's why you guys are signing up for the Patreon. That's why you guys are helping me out, and I really appreciate that, because we're about $100 in to that $4,000 mark. Because I also actually need a new car, because my girlfriend's Toyota Corolla broke down, and it was the water pump. It was the water pump, and I couldn't fix it because it was too tight. And I told her, my hands are too big. Can you get over here and use your tiny hands? And she said, I don't fix cars. I just look pretty in them, or something like that. And I don't know. She, you know, but she needs a new car because her car broke down. And I know I just said I needed the supercharger. I know I owe you, some of you guys, money and stuff like that, but we have to come together because we're a collective as an artist, right? We're all a community, right? We're not individuals, because individuals are like evil, right? You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be a part of the collective and not be selfish. So don't be selfish and sign up for the Patreon and help me help Isabel, help her get her new car, because she can't get to work. She can't get to work, and you guys are watching this video right now. I need money. I need money right now, right? Give me, I'm sorry, go to the Patreon and you can sign up to whatever. I want you to sign up for the highest that is possible, which is $1,000 a month, and that will help a lot. And so getting back to the color tutorial, so blue is somewhere between yellow and purple. It's somewhere in there, and I know that for a fact. Blue, like I said, the happy color, me feel happy when me use blue, and that's what is going on inside your mind. And keep in mind, I'm going to be making more videos, so if you want to see yellow, if you want to see red, sign up for the Patreon, subscribe. And so happy color, what else about blue? There's something about like color theory where you're supposed to use like yellow with blue or something like that. You can use, I think you can use like white and black, and like you can use purple, or you can use yellow or something like that, you know. What else could you use to do blue and green? But like, you know, whatever. But hey guys, we have reached the 10-minute mark, and there is the magic number. So let's get the outro going. And remember about the Patreon, remember about the comments, share the video, share it. I'm sorry. Join the Discord. I love you guys, right? Let's do the outro dance, right? Yeah, real talk. Learning a bunch of stuff about art. Love you guys. Bye. See you on the Patreon.
Destiny. Is that a lady name?
Yeah, kind of.
You pretend to be a woman? That's a girl name.
You're gonna have to make up for the fact that your name is Destiny.
That's actually a girl's name?
I thought it was a woman.
Destiny is a girl's name.
Oh, Destiny's a man.
Destiny's my stripper friend.
So you woke up one day, you know what? I'm tired of being a man. I want to be a liberal. Men who are liberals are betas. Do you know you a beta male?
I like to be the most alpha of the beta males.
You're the most submissive fucking cuck I've ever met, dude. What are you talking about? You're not submissive.
Like,
Beta.
You can tell with this debate, we have an expert in cuckoldry.
Destiny is the type to pull his pants all the way down at the urinal. He should be ashamed to give this beta cuck a platform.
You let guys come on your girlfriend.
This is why women hate liberal men.
So in what way are you not a cuck?
I'm on permacope mode. I hate my life. She's out fucking guys and I'm like crying at home. She's like sending me videos of like huge black dicks defiling her white Swedish body, and I'm just like losing it at home. She's forced me into this open relationship that I super hate.
Do something besides letting people f your wife. You're literally on your ass for a living. Get up!
I resent that comment. I was in a lot of AP classes.
You got a C for
I
cuck.
did not get a C for cuck. I got a B for bitchin'.
Do you sleep with men and women?
Yep.
Take off your shirt, Destiny. Your physique is inferior to mine, therefore your argument is moot. Destiny, you're a stupid fat.
Goes to college, get fucked in the ass and tits.
Maybe I fuck people in the
Homeless
ass.
man.
I might be pitching, okay?
Oh, he's fucking people in the ass and tits.
You've never gripped your best friend's dick.
You're basically saying you could suck a couple dicks or whatever and not be gay?
Yes. Sometimes you just get different cravings. You know, sometimes a nice throbbing dick is a nice throbbing dick. You know, it is what it is.
I'm so excited that I would be guzzling buckets of their cum.
I think that
I would let them jack off in my mouth because I'm so excited.
I thought for like the longest that the bisexual blue hair thing was an act, right? Because we know about 1,000 like hot chicks that he. Do we?
Okay, Kelly, come on.
About the very apt criticism that is Steven sleeping with everyone that he interacts with.
I do hate women, but I do like sex. Never come in a girl whose family has a lower net worth than your own. Because if I'm chatting with her, we'll sex, trade nudes, or whatever, I'll jerk off, and then after I come, I'll be like, now that I'm done, would I still want you here with me? And if the answer is no, I just don't bring him over.
You always want me to go out with your harem. You're like, oh, me and my harem are going to the diner
I've never
tonight.
said that ever.
You never said the word, but you wisp people in your harem. You just want to be the rooster surrounded by hens. Why do you want me to sit around with all these
I have
women you have
never,
sex with?
ever invited you with another girl with just the three of us to go out. That sounds so awkward.
No, it's 5. You're like, these 3 girls are coming. I've banged all of them. I didn't list any names, but they're all women who you are either having sex with or actively pursuing for sex.
No.
And you want me to sit there
You're
eating
just
fries
lying.
while you like get your dick sucked at the table by all these women.
I don't have many other thoughts
What's
about
the thing that you say? Like, cool, gotcha? Is that it?
that. No, I never say that. That sounds incredibly dismissive, actually. Gotcha. You were traumatized when you were 8 or you were when you were 8?
I was molested.
Oh, molested. Gotcha.
That's the catchphrase. Gotcha. Through all tragedy and triumph, your response to it is gotcha.
Now, I'm a real gangbanger.
Gotcha.
Plus, there's huge amount of anxiety and social interaction that I have, which makes speaking even harder.
Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Lots of gotchas.
Right.
Lots of
Gotcha.
gotchas. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
You're defensive and you're insecure.
Gotcha.
Genetically, you're a Ben Shapiro and Adderall.
Okay, yeah.
But culturally, you're a stupid hippie f***ing up your own life.
Gotcha.
Maybe 1 or 2 missile strikes per week, it seems like.
Gotcha. Okay, anything else?
Did you just gotcha anything else to me?
Spent most of the war in the, Nazi concentration camp.
Gotcha.
What else would you like to chat about? What else?
Any final thoughts?
Disfigured midget beta male, and I hope you kill yourself. Fuck off, fat.
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha? You don't do that? Oh, I'm sorry. I must be thinking of a different Destiny.
You must be thinking of like Bosch or something.
Here in America.
This is the police!
And the police kill like 1 robber and like 7 employees. Quick, now bring me that ID! I didn't say Simon Says. Why are you wearing gloves? Why do people wear gloves? It is an article of clothing. Why do you wear clothes? Obviously, because there's no social stigma against exposing one's bare hands. It's obvious that my hands are cold.
Talk to me about your relationship with Destiny or Steven.
That's a girl's name. I feel like I've outpaced him intellectually at this point.
Hold on, I'm so sorry. My inner misogynist. I hate dumb women. Who is Lanny in your chat?
Lonnie's my girlfriend.
Oh, nice. She's a fucking moron.
She's just accused you of being misogynistic. I mean, do you have a response to that?
I am.
I don't think he has one.
Well, no, come on, B.
I'm being honest. Oh, my inner misogyny. Hold on. A lie implies intent. If I tell you I'm gonna be home by, yes, it does, you dumb bitch. Sometimes I talk to some women and I'm like, man, it is so good for your life that you look pretty.
Me or her?
All of you. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I almost hated women for a second there. There's like 5 black streamer guys that just like scream a ton. Kai, Kaisenat.
I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees.
His family owned a plantation. His family definitely owned fucking slaves.
Are you against slavery?
Not intrinsically.
Flat out, he's a racist.
True. Progressives think more black people are dying to the cops every year than Matt Walsh thinks kids are getting trans surgeries.
I mean, millions.
So I figured I'd donate the 10th K to the cops instead. I love slurs. I like all types of slurs, okay?
It's okay. Don't worry, I wasn't gonna be like, yo, say the N-word or something.
Okay, yeah, like we normally do, you know.
What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. This is literally Destiny defending his use of the N-word, okay?
You privately still use hard R in terms of feelings? To me, that wasn't cool.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
You're the Bernie Sanders of saying the N-word? I'm glad that's right. The Bernie Sanders of saying the N-word. Amen, brother.
You know, after I finish having sex with a man, like, and I pull my penis out, it's brown just like yours. You know, I know what it's like to be a person of color. So, you know, Mr. Stinky Cock is over here acting like he
is not a racist when in actual fact he clearly is, and he hates African American culture.
Heard or weird him playing piano and not debating.
I know what your point is. You said it like 50
Shut
times.
up and let me finish. This whole thing has been me trying to get my word in. When you make that stupid racist statement about like, oh yeah, like, you know, well, what if a racist person was doing sentencing, arrests, and charges for black men when it comes to crack cocaine usage? Maybe you missed this while you were hitting your terrible piano note.
What is the cash amount that you'd be f***ing this dog like a few times today?
I don't know, probably like $1,000.
Train your animals to consent. Would it be okay to fuck them?
I'm sure we do other things to their dogs.
So I could have 30 abortions.
30? You could have 35.
On 19-week-old babies.
Unlimited abortion.
You abandoned your son to play StarCraft in Miami.
Actually, by then it was League of Legends.
Are you trying to have sex with your child?
Yeah, all the time, dude.
Plenty of people have had healthy incestuous relationships.
He calls himself a sociopathic psychological abuser.
True.
Openly.
Yes.
He said these things.
I don't know all the answers. Except for how to f your mom in every single style possible. I know all those answers.
Do you see what the poll says? Only time I make that face her
is when I'm
fucking her mom.
Another. Shut up.
What?
Which is happening. I make a lot of your mom jokes. That's what I'm saying.
About her mom.
A lot.
Yeah.
Well, no,
And
hold
my-
on. Wait.
And
Wait.
my sisters.
Not her mom.
Yeah.
Our mom. Because we're married. That's my mother-in-law.
What does her mom think of these types of jokes?
If she saw any of them, she would have been in my
You're gonna
DMs
have a
right
Swedish-
now. I was too busy f***ing your mom.
In Laguna Beach, really?
No,
She
he's
lives
in
there.
Miami. I am in
I only go down to
Laguna
visit her mom.
Just can't keep track of all your ladies, you know, every time
That's
I
what
see
it is.
a new chick.
I can keep track of her mom, don't worry. I'm probably gonna watch her mom's video on sucking dick. The last one I fucked was your mom twice.
When I fill up your mom with a load or two, then you open the door crying because you thought this dick was for you.
Just so you guys understand what you're watching, this is the first time a double blinker has ever been attempted inside of Lowe's, okay? Just so you have some respect for what's going on right now.
Cheers, Yodi gang.
Black women have big round booties.
Okay, let me just throw my cat.
Oh.
Hey guys.
What if you cut his pay in half and just made him the back end guy, and then I'll co-host and you don't have to pay me anything? Yeah, you just don't let anyone mentally ill involved.
Hire me.
That's exactly why we wouldn't hire you.
Split the job into two. One is the co-host role. All you have to do is wake up and roll out of bed and be funny. I think Darius could own that role. And then the other person is the talent.
Does that. Like, come on, we're not having like a mutiny where we like get rid of the person that's not even in the room to defend himself. Why don't make me defend Kratos, right? This is the worst position to be in. Shut up, Darius.
Oh,
out of here. Wait, why? Are we afraid now? Who was talking?
Me. Oh, I was talking.
What do you?
All right.
What do you want?
I think Kratos has an immutable characteristic of being a dog shit co-host.
Okay, well, you say that, but in 20 minutes we're about to start one of the most.
Yeah, but listen, moving forward,
Yeah.
I've got a great idea, right? You pay this ignorant clown all this money, right, to run the show and host all the show. What if you cut his pay in half and just made him the back end guy, and then I'll co-host and you don't have to pay me anything?
Yeah, and you want to get all the viewers and everything and all that?
No. That's what I just said. He's the back end because he's all right at that, but he's a idiot when it comes to co-hosting. He's terrible at it, and I'm kind of a master of it. So I just, the sake of my friendship with you and the fact that I want your show to be better, kick him the off the front end, lock him in his little Somalian cage on the back end. He does all the micromanaging shit behind the scenes, make sure people show up on time, make sure, get all the people, do all the people shit, and then we'll actually do the show so it's not so shit each week. And that saves you $5,000 a week too.
I don't pay him $5,000 a week. You.
Oh, I thought you pay him $10K a show. Whatever, just cut it. You cut his wages. I don't need your money. And then you're saving.
What do you?
I know you like money.
Wait. So why the f would you do the show?
Because I love it. To be honest, I like doing the type of podcast shows. But I don't want to do the back end work. I've done that part before. I hate that part. The only part I enjoy is the front end. The show itself.
Okay, if I tell you to do this, can you remember this? Are you ready?
Okay, what?
Can you shoot me a DM tomorrow morning about this so that it's in my DMs and then I'll process this?
Okay. Well, yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. I love you.
All right. I love you.
Bye. Christ on a fucking Do I have a show tonight? We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Do you understand
what
the first sentence is saying what I'm saying?
That that the color of your skin dictates whether you are racist or not?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's a helpful thing to teach people.
No, but you understand. I understand, but you understand that that's what he's saying in the first sentence, right?
I believe so. But let's go. I mean, can you pop up the quote on the screen?
I can send it to Adam. I guess.
Yes.
I don't know how to do this.
Can you put it in like some type of chat or something?
Yeah, put it in the side chat.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can just copy and paste it.
I would also say, like, and I'm happy to continue to have this conversation, but the idea that we could be talking about this for 25 minutes and you say that it's misinformation, but it's clearly like we have different interpretations of what this guy said.
The beginning of the clip is crystal clear, though, Sam. It's undeniable what he's saying. Since you have the transcript from the beginning of the video.
I've literally been denying your interpretation of what he's saying for 20 minutes. And now
It's
you're telling me
undeniable? Say that to me, the #1 denier.
But it's deniable in the portion of the clip that you played, obviously, because that portion of the clip is kind of, you can interpret multiple different ways. But in the beginning of the clip, when the guy first asked the question, he says specifically that you can teach the Tulsa
this is unfair.
race riot.
Some people say I'm a wheeler, but I am not a wheeler. I got muted for 12 hours by the bear for simply informing someone of wheel lore. This is a travesty and unconstitutional. I throw myself at the mercy of DGG.
You guys are gonna get clawed.
You can teach about slavery. You can teach about slavery being the worst thing ever.
Okay. But to say it was inherent in that because of their skin is where I say that is critical race theory.
Yeah.
Hi.
Look, you don't need another host. You just need Karantos to make a fucking Discord and to invite everyone that's ever been on the show in it and anyone that might be interesting and anyone that they think might be interesting. And then that'll fix literally everything.
No.
How will it not?
I want that to be part of my Discord. It grows my Discord. It's good to have larger people in there. It makes it possible to do events in the future, but I'd rather have everything in my Discord rather than outsource it
No. So they do both. They will join the Kick or Keep Discord just so that they can, like, Karantos can, like, communicate with everyone all at once.
If he can't communicate already through Discord or through group chats or through whatever, why would he be able to, why would communicating through another Discord
There
be any
isn't
different?
ever a group chat. That's the problem.
But
This is
why-
so
if he can't- I don't-
surprising. A woman with terrible opinions.
Right, because we need another, like, budget Zerka who just comes
I
in being
muted you.
sexist and
Okay,
retarded.
I
Well,
muted
good, just
you. And we're not
fuck
sexist,
off then.
we're
Why
just
come in
retarded.
here when I'm talking?
Because your idea is shit, and I want to intervene before you put some fucking devil leeches in my friend's
It's
brain.
shit to make a Discord.
Kelly
for
Jean,
Kick or
I've
Keep.
literally been doing these type of shows for 10 years. The Discord shit you're talking
You
about.
just want to be a host. You don't literally want to
Turns
do
into a
anything
satanic
else. You
fucking
don't want to
cult. It
help with
sucks.
any of the back end stuff. You've already said you
Yeah,
don't
but
want to
the
do any of
okay,
that.
but I know it sucks. I can still be an advisor.
Well,
without
okay, well, you
building
don't
that.
want to do any of it, so why are you
Wait,
here
wait,
giving an
wait. Does
opinion
the
on something you
president
don't
not
want
have
to do?
advisors? He hires people smarter than him to advise him on things he doesn't know about. All right? I do know about
So
this
why
shit.
are you talking?
What you're talking about's wrong. Because I have 5 years of experience doing these types of big shows. This is my
Why
wheelhouse.
do you think anything I've just said had, like, firstly,
The whole
I've been in the
Discord
same
thing?
Discords on the same shows that you have. Hence
Yeah, but
why
it's
you know
always
who
in
the
the
fuck
main
I am.
person's Discord.
That doesn't mean that I'm unaware of how it works. Karantos hasn't done anything that is suggestive of a group chat. That is the problem. A Discord can be used in place of a group chat. Otherwise, he's always individually messaging people, or even messaging people via Destiny, which is obviously not
Well,
ideal.
then you just
Especially
make a
since he
role
doesn't
in
even have a
Destiny's
fucking
Discord.
Twitter anymore. What?
The most you would do, you just make a role in Destiny's Discord and a channel specific for Kick or Keep members.
So the problem with
But don't
that is
separate it across.
you could make a separate part in Destiny's Discord, right? But the problem is the notifications of that. If you just have one separate small Discord, they have to join Destiny's Discord as well anyway, or they can't be in the voice. I'm not suggesting that the voice stuff is done in this Discord. I'm suggesting that the organization, communication, and ability for people that are all in the Discord to talk together will happen in it.
Yeah, the
Like
most, the
Dantes
only
has a
concerning
separate
to-
Discord for his. Zerka had a separate Discord for his. Everyone that's done all these panel shows has had a separate Discord specifically for the panel shows themselves.
Oh,
Yes,
not the ones
and you
I've,
know
I've
that.
done. No, not the ones I've done. But then again,
Like
I
what
haven't done one of
ones?
those shows.
What ones? Which ones?
Well, my shit's all from the Raj days. We didn't do separate Discords back then. It's
Raj, like
it's cool.
how far you're going back? Not enough people even use Discord at the time.
Yeah, it was the good old days.
Like,
we
I used
were
to be
doing
on
our
Titty
shows in
Tuesdays, and that was
Ventrilo.
fucking ages ago.
It was the good old days, Ventrilo Discord shows. The only issue is like the whole inviting whoever you want type shit.
Quiznos 10K
That's
show
the part that I
contact
don't
edition.
like.
No, this is so you have available regulars in case people drop out
Oh
or,
yeah,
are
like
sick
back,
or get hit
no,
by a
for sure.
bus. That's
yeah,
what
no,
I'm saying.
I agree with you. I just don't like the whole invite anyone you think is good shit, because then it becomes a cock measuring contest for people, and it gets fucking weird. But if you just have like a slowly building Discord of people that are coming on or have been on in the past, yeah, that's totally fine. I'm with you.
Yeah, that's literally just what I was suggesting.
Well, he also needs to do the
Well, maybe you should hire Kelly
those,
Jean to be your back-end coordinator. She seems a lot smarter than Krontos. That guy's a fucking idiot.
That's not going to be enough.
I'm not
to
okay.
build
Like,
a
I'm
network
not
of
like
people.
everyone is dunking on Krontos because it's easy, right? And I get it. He is a bit incompetent, but like, I like the idea that he came up with, even if he did just yoink it. Fine. He does fine as a host, right? I'm not here to dump on him. It's unnecessary. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I want to see it continue because it's nice to have a regular panel show that happens here. And if Krontos fucks it up too much, then it might end up.
No, I think he does
nothing
fine, like with the like organization aspects. I just think as a co-host, like on the show, he's abrasive.
Well, I don't think
and,
the
like,
organization is very good because he's moved it twice, and now Wick can't come on, and everyone's complaining that.
Just
Well, then fuck, I don't know what he's good
Go
at.
get the cord right there.
I thought he was doing good with the back end. I don't really pay
Is
that
that
much
foundation
attention.
for
I just-
me or is that
I
foundation
just hear it
for
from chat.
Saudi Arabia and Indian? No, it's okay. It's fine. It looks okay. You're totally fine. You look like you graduated like 3 casts. Can you here? The cord is behind my computer down there. What? It's behind my computer down on the floor over there.
Destiny.
I want to do what tonight, you said?
Go out to
Put
eat.
out,
10
make
o'clock.
an LLC for kick or keep.
Okay. No, fuck no, bro. I don't want to do all that shit.
We
No,
can
There's
hire.
yellow cables, 2 of them down there.
We can
Take
hire
one of them.
specific people.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Where'd you guys settle on? What is Lycan doing here? What are we doing?
Well, I came to say he needs to, whoever does this needs to do the Claw shows. Not Claw. What's his
Oh
name?
yeah, he's already doing that. Kron's already doing that.
Not Claw, but he needs to do like 2 of those. Did he say he's going to start them?
I thought he was
'Cause you
already
need, like,
doing it, isn't he?
Krontos probably
king
just
shit?
needs someone to help him, and I'm
Like
not.
the- Are you talking
about where you
I'll do
recruit
that. I'm
people?
saying.
Yeah, the recruiter shows, the theater shows.
Yeah, those are really good.
Like a lot of
That's how you
people
find
come from that.
hidden gems.
You got to build that network.
Yeah.
Which would
Well,
be
no,
easy
no,
to
that's-
do if
hold
you
on,
had a
hold on.
fucking separate Discord or something of that line to do it with.
That's good for like building, like getting in new people, but Destiny is his fucking tendrils, like socially in this sphere, are so massive. It's not.
No,
as-
no one's saying that you can't like pull in extra people either. This is more like for backups. Of, like,
Yeah, well,
so
it's
we don't
just-
have fucking.
You just want to find new slickers, new Zerkas, new people that no one have heard of that end up being stars, and then it keeps the show like fresh and shit. And those recruitment shows are the best way to get them. As long as he doesn't do that shit where he just invites on, like, do you remember what was his name? Doc.
That's
The
what
guy
I'm
works
talking
for
about.
Raj.
The Gondok shows. He always had
Gondok
like.
shows were shit.
Yeah, but he
He
got, a
got
lot
to
of
the
people
point where
from
he'd just
there.
bring on like 4 girls and just flirt with them the whole time.
Before that time, yes, but he used to get a lot of people from there, and then Bob Seven would pick some up and like be watching, be a part of that.
Yeah, they had a whole ass fucking group do it. There was Bob, Clint, Claw, Doc. Like he had like B. Goolsby. He had like 5 or 6 fucking people out
So
there.
what we
scouting.
learned from that is we don't get guys doing that. All right, there are some girls that we already like. Ninu knows that.
Or you just set a rule like, hey, you don't get to flirt with the f***ing people. That
Yeah, you just don't let
Well,
anyone
guys,
mentally ill
then. We
involved.
just get girls
Like it
to do
just
it.
solve all the sexual harassment.
If
Just
not,
make it
if you
against
watch
the
it,
rules,
give your-
and then you don't have to do it anymore.
Well, no, you say that, but there's a whole reason that you have sexual harassment training. Some people need to fucking hear it. Like, these are the bad things that can happen. So when you hire someone to do this, you say, hey, if you want this job, you cannot be fucking trying to date or fuck or flirt with.
That is such a
sexual
naive thing.
harassment
That's like
training
saying, "Oh,
video.
don't sexually
No, it'll
harass
still
them,"
have-
and then
no,
you
no, no.
hire Darius
No,
or something
stop.
to do
No,
the job.
you're living
Like,
not
it's
in
like,
the real world.
No,
You're
no,
not
this is
hired
like something that
Darius.
would
Yes,
happen. That is the
absolutely.
problem.
Saying that kind of
God.
thing. The condition of your employment is you do not fucking touch the merchandise. That's it. You say that, and it's going to have a huge impact. Because then one fucking report, it doesn't matter if you did nothing wrong. One report,
No
you're
one's
done.
gonna want to do the show.
I don't wanna
That's
hear
why
it.
Kronto isn't here
Get
today.
girls to do it, so it's not stupid. Easy.
He
fixes
found some
most
fucking girl from England. He's flying over to his Somalian hut, dude.
Can you chill? Yeah, so are we what are we doing tonight, guys?
Alright, I just want to. You definitely don't need me, right? You do have enough.
Put the poll in
people.
chat.
I'm
That's
covered
me.
in paint. I need to know if I need to get the paint off. Alright.
I don't even know what the.
I am veining props. I don't want to be asked last minute again. Please. Erudite? Is she there?
Yeah, sorry. I'm setting up my audio. I just couldn't hear you for a sec. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I don't mean to do this. Is Kicker keep happening tonight? And if so, where and also what time?
Well, Counterpoint just
it's
messaged me
Spain.
asking, so there's a lot of hype for this episode I can see. Listen,
What's the answer to these questions? Do you know?
just
Darius, you're hired. Start a recruitment show.
Let's go! I told this stupid retard Quiznos, I said, listen, I have great ideas. Let me go ahead and work with you. He told me no. So you know what?
Exactly. I wonder why we would say no.
Wait, is everyone here
Why
for
would
the
he say no,
Kicker keep
bitch?
right now?
Wait, why would he say no?
Put a poll in the chat. First
not.
round's over.
I don't know. Maybe you want someone that doesn't hit on all of the f***ing cast members. Anyway.
Toronto's a pedophile or something? Why doesn't he hit on all the girls?
wait. Why are we saying Karandos is hitting on people?
Because it's Haram.
No, I was aiming that at Darius. All right, there's like 6 people in here.
Oh, that's.
Oh, I didn't know if you were aiming that
Oh,
at
Ellie,
Destiny
no
or
one
not.
cares.
What the fuck?
Eh.
What do you mean? What the? Okay, bro.
I have never had somebody, okay, not come to a show because I've been creepy or something. Okay, chill. All right.
Wait, that's not what I mean. I'm just meaning if you hit on people. Does Darius?
I don't hit on
cause
my
women
people
to
that are
not come
coming
on
here for
shows?
shows either.
I haven't
Okay.
hit on anybody.
There's been a lot of cute women on this Kicker Keep show. I don't think I've fucking DM'd any, unless they DM'd me before coming on. I don't think I've like reached out to any of them. Okay, so no. Okay.
Well, you're a fool in a different way then.
That would be awesome if Destiny, the like super feminist, had his recruiters just trying to be a fucking weirdo to all the chicks on the recruitment shows.
Yeah.
That'd be a whole new drama arc, like another Mr. Girl fucking.
Yeah, that'd be great. I get another article. Yeah.
Wasn't that what Bob was doing with Gondog?
Exactly. That'll keep it interesting.
Let's go. Okay, dude.
We should probably let Darius
actually hire me. This is gonna be great.
That's exactly why we wouldn't hire you.
No,
You
you
fucking
get
hate.
one
2 times the viewers. Imagine I do something
Oh,
fucked up.
it's giving me mental
Okay,
illness.
new suggestion. We
2,000
split
million viewers. It'll go hard.
split the job into 2. One is the co-host role. All you have to do is wake up and roll out of bed and be funny. I think Darius could own that role. And then the other person
Karantos
with the
already
talent.
does that. Like, come on, we're not having like
Who
a
laughed at
mutiny where we
Quintos?
like get rid of the I'm person saying that's not
you,
even in the
Kelly,
room
retard.
to defend himself.
Give me
Why don't make me defend
Give me one
Karantos, alright? This is the
Quintos
worst
joke. Give me
position to
one
be in.
Quintos joke.
Shut up, Darius!
I'm saying an inevitability when Karantos loses his golden egg. Split his job into 2, hire Darius and somebody who's got a little bit of organization skills.
I think you missed the whole joke that no one's ever gonna fucking hire Darius, and that like flew over your head or
You would
something.
hire me. I used to be an account manager, Steve.
He was a.
For what?
He was a
Fucking
customer
Subway?
service. He was a customer service engineer, bro.
I was an engineer as well. That is true. I was
That
account
sounds like
manager.
a Subway artist, bro. Just with a big word at the end
Shut
of
your
it.
bitch ass up, nigga.
What were you engineering?
He's nuts.
Sexual assault cases?
Don't worry
Like,
about
anyway, if and when Karantos fucks up and loses his job, then you can have some kind of a battle royale to fight it out for the host
That would be
position. But
sick.
the point is, right now, we need someone that's actually the organizing part of
You
it.
should
use
all this-
So
that part
people
talk
know when the
about
time
new
is and when it
blood.
is and everything else.
I think what you guys really need is some old blood, you know? I think that could really kick the show off.
Wow.
it. Can you go to
All right, are you applying? It sounds like a giant application.
Mine's
I mean, I would never volunteer myself, but you know.
What the f is Karantos anyway? It's like 3 minutes before.
Yeah,
it's
chill.
meant to
The
be.
show's
Why
not even
is he not
started
here?
yet. Why
Yeah,
do
but
it
why
so-
isn't he defending himself?
Is it happening here? Is the show happening here?
Who knows? No,
Who
not.
knows? I don't know.
He's coming, guys.
Is he? I've DM'd him multiple times.
He's very bad at communication for being a showrunner.
He's on his way. Chill.
Why don't you fucking chill?
I am fucking chill.
You don't sound that chill.
It's because I just f***ed your mom.
Jeez. How was she?
Pregnant.
I've heard good things. You impregnated my 60-year-old mother?
Yeah, problem?
What do you have, super cum?
I'm just a godly man.
Broke the barriers of menopause and made her vagina start working.
She was saving an egg just for me.
Forget Darius.
Jesus Christ.
He's a walking chart nightmare.
Steven, can you
That's
tell
awesome.
Xena, can you tell Xena I'm really rich? Like everything's coming up. I got the
Darius,
steak
I am
deal,
not gonna have
things are
any
better.
stake in any of that. You're retarded. That woman is literally a BPD walking nightmare that is gonna destroy your life.
Dude, I'm actually hard as fuck.
But listen, you know,
Come on, be
I'm
real.
gonna see her tonight. We're all going out to eat. I'll put in a
Wait,
bad
wait,
word
drop
for
a
you.
word, drop a word. Drop a
No,
word.
I'm not gonna drop a word. Don't you have to go see fucking Grace again because you're still obsessed with that girl?
I'm never seeing that woman again. I've canceled her. I've canceled her. Trust. We're not even doing it.
Is that the one who fucks her dad?
Well, no, that's the one who gets by her dad. It's a little different, but
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm not gonna let you like talk shit about her here. If you want to like actually fight about it, I will. But
Darius, you're like 125-3. Fuck, are you gonna fight?
nigga, Clip Cope, you don't know nothing about me, Wes.
Cancel her, ready to defend her honor? Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
Darius. We're all
sexy,
buying
man.
it.
Look at-
I don't give a f how sexy you are. You're sexy like a femboy. Shut the fuck up.
You'll see me soon. You'll change your tone in person.
Will I?
You will, nigga. Yeah, I'll skip this time. 2 months. Vegas.
You and Jessica be standing next to each other, head to head.
Yep. Getting your ass
Bad
beat.
toddlers. Holy.
I'll see you soon.
I wish I was going to TwitchCon, man. I fucking love Vegas.
wait,
you
why
will
aren't you
drop
going
a
to TwitchCon?
My best friend's wedding is that weekend.
Hell yeah.
That's a fucking weird lie. Okay.
It's why would I lie about that?
Why would that be a lie? That feels like a very reasonable
I
thing.
love Vegas.
Yeah.
It's my favorite place
Yeah,
in the
like-
world.
Lying,
You
bro.
have the lie is that you have a friend, Wes. Okay, we don't believe you.
I'm lucky.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit. I've been trying to sabotage his wedding for like 6 months. I keep like texting his girlfriend or his fiance from different numbers, telling her I'm in love with her, hoping she responds so I can send it to him. I'm never gonna get to go to TwitchCon.
You should try being a woman and then doing it. Maybe you've got the wrong orientation.
Oh, I forgot.
Change up the strat.
Maybe she's secretly a lesbian.
She might be. You never know.
That's true. I didn't ponder that.
Wow. You didn't
I
think
just
of-
got my Penitent Greaves, Steven.
Penitent Greaves. Oh, good for you. I remember when I used to play Diablo 4, 5. I don't know which one it was.
You didn't get to 100, did you, Steven?
I think I got to like 70. I got bored.
Oh, you didn't die at least?
No, I didn't die.
That's the Chad way. It's just like, I'm bored of this shit. and
But
quit.
even for
That's what
like
I did.
even for a background game, it was pretty boring.
It sucks.
It was
It's
really
so
boring.
fucking
I think the whole issue is just like the loot is so underwhelming.
Yep. You have to, every time you leave a dungeon, you have to look at every item in your bag to see if it's in all. It's too much micromanagement dog shit.
If it doesn't stand out, I just ignore it. It's going to be an incremental upgrade.
Isn't
Fuck
that
it.
every Diablo game ever, though? I mean,
I feel like this one, I could be wrong. I don't remember Diablo 3 as much, but it felt like the additives, the modifiers, whatever you call them, were just like very, I don't know, that like reduced damage from ranged enemy,
Secondary
reduced
stats,
damage, like
yeah.
all that random shit. Like it doesn't feel like fun, or I don't know.
Yeah. It's too much shit. Just give me like crit, dodge, health. Like make it fucking simple, dude. I don't need 14 secondaries. Oh, do 12% more damage to enemies when the sun is in the sky. Shut
Yeah,
the
or like
fuck up.
15% more damage to enemies that are frozen and vulnerable. It's like, bro, who the fuck? I don't know. Who's gonna keep track of this shit? I don't
Too
know.
much. Glad to see you're back to your dog shit factory games. Your autistic managements.
Problem?
Yes. It's, you know how bad it sucks watching a Destiny stream? I wish I was fucking Stevie Wonder. I'd enjoy it more.
I mean,
I
who
have to
wouldn't
look
enjoy
at this.
fucking Stevie Wonder? What do you mean? Is that am I
Because I'd
supposed to
be blind.
insulted?
I wouldn't have to watch you play these dog
Oh.
shit factory games.
I thought you meant like fucking Stevie Wonder, not like
Oh, I don't want to
being.
fuck Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
I just wish I was Stevie Wonder, so I can only hear you. You actively are sandbagging everyone's enjoyment with your factory games.
Wow.
So,
He's waking up. Don't worry. He's gonna wake up and come in here, and all of our minds are about to be blown by
I'm
whatever.
so excited.
By what he's
Okay.
coordinated.
Okay, I believe in him.
Who's the big ticket for today?
Destiny.
Okay.
Ooh, wow.
Besides you sitting there AFK playing your factory game and ignoring the whole show while your co-host tries to salvage it.
Damn! Damn!
Who did you like? Who are the big boys that are coming?
I'm coming right now.
Are you fucking my mom too?
Yeah, boy. I am. Yeah, boy.
I think that means it's you. It's you, Wes. That's all we got.
I'm not coming.
Is Vosh coming? I feel like that would be the most beautiful reuniting.
I'm drained of.
He's been doing panels with like fucking.
I know he
Right?
has.
It's weird.
Yes.
I don't know how that crossover happened.
With who?
Is this politics heavy cast?
What? Yes. Wait,
Well, I mean-
what are you doing here?
No. Don't fucking laugh. Are you trolling?
Look, I'm here for
Recent
it.
Cast. I'd say half of them are politics, half of them are like whatever hodgepodge of clowns Karantos can scrape together in the last 14 minutes before the show starts. So I never know. I never know if it's going to be an intellectual battle or screaming.
These type of
kill
panels are
yourself.
always boring if you get too many of the politics Andes on it.
Yeah,
have to
you
have,
need a
like,
little
2 or
chaos.
3 at most. Yeah.
Yeah. You need like 2 of each side and then all chaos in the middle to shake shit up.
Wait, is this mic level better? I heard it was loud.
Why would you
It was
ever
fine
believe anybody
before.
that says your mic is loud? Your mic has never been loud ever.
Yeah, that's fine.
So somebody just lied.
Yeah, on the internet they can do that.
Oh,
All the bums out of here. All the bums get out of here. Mind waves.
Raven, good job, bro. Get out of here. You get out of here.
Wes, roll yourself out of here, buddy.
You're old news,
okay?
dude.
No. We're signing
Listen,
my
the only
engagement letter.
motherfuckers that are on is Eurodite and Lycan, and the rest of the motherfuckers.
I was signing my engagement letter with Steven. We're talking salary.
Wait, am I on?
Yes.
You better be coming on with Jordan Peterson, all right? That would be amazing. If you dropped in, you're like, sorry guys, I'm late. I got Jordan Peterson now on the call.
Yeah, what
I
was
just
the
woke up from the
delay?
greatest sleep, and guess what? In my sleep, niggas is on my dick. You're on my dick while I'm asleep. Relax, okay? You guys could get a turn. Just ask me nicely.
Karantos, I'm married.
So I need to
Oh my
repeat
gosh.
myself. Mind waves. The fuck are you
Karantos,
offering
let's-
here?
tell-
Were
tell
you
us
saying
your
anything that was actually intelligible? Anything like that had any substance to it?
Bro, I know John Zirko wannabe isn't talking about
I know
intelligible.
for a
All right,
fact.
let's
I know for a
sit down.
Who the fuck are you a wannabe of a retard? I know for a fact Darius is not deafened in here as well. Every single person in this call. And you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I feel.
I
great.
sent you a message
You're hurting
saying
your
come
brain.
defend yourself, okay? I didn't say shit.
Yeah,
Okay, you
Kelly
know what,
Jean was
Kelly-
standing you. Kelly,
know what,
Kelly
Kelly-
No,
was
let's not go that far. I was
that's
trying to
actually why.
be neutral.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Kelly was
actually why-
neutralizing you.
Wait, who's talking shit? Raise your hand.
What?
Raise your hand. Who's talking shit? Wait, why? Are we afraid now? Who was talking shit?
Oh, I was talking shit. Me, Mind Waves, maybe
You
Wes. Maybe
fucking
I'm throwing
suck.
Wes under the bus.
Karantos, where are the right wingers? You said that you had left and right here.
Wait, no, they're here. I swear you sounded like Chut for a second. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Wait, so Eurodite, Mind Waves. I'm saying anything that's like, anybody that's actually important. Like, I'm saying, what, like, Lil Steve wasn't talking shit about the show, right? Lil Steve, you like the show, correct?
He was being so nice. He was like,
He was?
Karantos is my best friend. He does such a good job.
That sounds like a little bit of
I could-
exaggeration. I said we were waiting for you to get here, and when you got here, it was gonna be glorious. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're living in the glory.
It's not gonna be glorious. Because I know what you guys want. I know what you guys want. That video, by the way, August, you're a businessman. I know what you did with the title. I know how you set it up. Actually, I even enjoyed watching it. It's never gonna happen again. All you f***ing assholes in chat, never gonna get another conversation like that again out of me. It's never gonna happen. That shit. But I did enjoy it. Anyways, I'm gonna go pray. We'll start in like 10-15 minutes. Okay, you guys could go back to, you know, munching on my booty. Eurodite, I'm sure you're gonna do great. Not because you'll actually do great, but because you'll just be voted on because, you know, you're Eurodite and they like you.
Hey,
That's about it.
Karantos,
Wes,
have you,
I did I not tell you to roll your ass out of here? I don't know why you're still talking.
Fuck what you said.
I
The day
actually
you're
don't know why
important
you're
is
still
the day I
talking.
listen to you.
Okay.
Karantos, have you confirmed with everyone? Because some people dropped out, like saying he couldn't come.
Oh, yeah. I understand that we dropped out. You know what?
Have you got
Yeah,
enough
well,
people? Are you sure?
Yes, I have enough people. Yes.
All right.
Holy
Can
shit. I
you-
think I had a panel judging me on top of Lil Steve.
No,
Guys, it's
I'm
all
just
good.
asking because if I'm gonna get asked last minute, I'm covered in paint. I need to wash off, but that's good. It doesn't matter.
You don't need to wash
make
off.
It,
You're
make
fine.
it,
You
make
don't-
it.
Come this way.
Yes, I do. It's not the sexy kind. Okay? I'm just
Eurodite,
making
leave,
things.
sexual harassment to me. Thank you.
What? I'm not taking any blame.
All right.
You have to-
Make a
you have to
Discord.
get a better
Karantos,
white
Make a
pick me.
Discord. Make a Discord. Make a Discord.
Okay.
Only if you come in your paint,
And
Kelly.
invite everyone to it.
What's going on here, gang?
I would just like to remind the whole world real quickly also that just as a reminder, I believe the term is poetic justice. Coach Red Pill said that I would be killing myself within 10 years. So he actually got killed trying to cross the border into Romania. That would just be the funniest fucking thing in the entire fucking world. Fuck that guy. I hope is it the SB, what do they call him in Ukraine? Fuck that guy. Somebody knocked? Wait, my door? Really?
Karantos, what are you praying for? How to be a good host?
Wait, did I just get trolled?
Does somebody have a soundboard?
Shit talk when he's here, he can't respond since he's not here. You really waited that long to get that zinger off, huh?
He's still in here. He hasn't fucking left. Usually
he said he's
going to pray.
He's on a mat facing Mecca right now, dude.
Yeah,
I don't think his headset's on.
Do you think he's got his headset on listening to your drawl while he's
saying a
praying?
bunch of words in Arabic currently.
Washallah. My brother.
Dude needs to pray for a fucking alarm clock or something.
Are we excited for tonight? Do we have a show for you?
I saw that Rob's gonna be on, I guess. I didn't even know that guy was still alive, dude.
If you got perms to the waiting room, join the waiting room. Jesus. How you doing, Lycan?
What's up, buddy?
You need to give you need to give people perms.
Wow, really, Kelly? Really? Is that true? Are you sure?
I need to be sarcastic.
Well, no, I was just checking. I didn't know how like my Discord worked or any of the setup or why the people weren't able to join the room. But
yeah, but
if it's because they need
have
perms, then thank you, Kelly. Is there anything else I need to do? She does have perms. She just hasn't checked because she's a fucking bimbo.
Shut up. No, that was it.
Were you talking about me or Kelly?
I mean, both of you at this point, but
Jesus.
That time it was you in particular.
Damn.
Got her.
Way to talk behind my back, like a bitch.
Well, no, I staggered the sentence so that you would hear me. Yeah, shit talk you right as soon as you get in.
Brave. Very brave to do that on your large platform.
Lycan, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How you been?
Good to see you. I'm doing great.
Well, hey guys, why is no one talking?
I'm
in
doing
silence, bro.
I'm setting up some stuff and just thinking.
What are you thinking about?
You know, I'm just thinking about. Have you heard about Unit 731?
Yeah, what about it?
I went down a rabbit hole with that today. I didn't like know much about it, so somebody was like made a Unit 731 joke the other day, and I had no idea what they were talking about. So I just like went down the rabbit hole about like how like the Soviets like tried to try them, and then America like pardoned a bunch of their like war crimes and stuff so that they could like get data and research. It's crazy. Do you know much about it?
Yeah, well, I think the worry was that the Soviets would get, if there was good data there, which I don't think there even was, but the worry was that I think the Soviets would get the data instead of the US, so we were kind of like angling for it.
Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know, reading like the experiments that they did, I feel like they're like, oh, it turns out when you expose naked humans to minus 50 degrees Celsius, they die. And you're like, whoa, no way, who knew? Or like, you know, if you blowtorch a child, it kills them. And you're like, wow, I'm so shocked to hear that.
It's, yeah, there's like some really fucked up, yeah. The problem I think with most of those types of experiments, it's the same thing with the Nazi ones too, is if you've ever actually read the research, it's the note keeping and everything, the data tracking was like abysmal. It was really bad. So I think a lot of the data ended up being basically like unusable.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that like,
okay, also,
like the main guy, sorry.
I don't know how you did this. Your mic is loud. You did something now, okay? Fuck you.
I did nothing. I did nothing.
No, you did something. Yeah.
Nope, I did not. I touched nothing. All right, I'll drop it down.
Oh, never mind.
Is that better?
I understand the problem.
It's my annoying feminine voice.
No, it's
Sounds like your mother coming down the
You
stairs.
don't have any type of it's a sensitive mic and you have any type of compression on it, right?
Not through Discord, no. I have compression for my own stream, but yeah.
Oh. Gotcha. So you just are gonna agonize us but your stream is fine.
I can push to talk.
No, that's okay.
Are you sure? You seem real bothered by that.
Destiny, the data is invaluable. We still use it today. Like, the Nazis found out how long you could stay in water before you died. I just remember reading the hypothermia experiments from the Nazis, and like the temperatures for the water for a lot of people weren't even like recorded well. There might have been some data that could have been used. I think there actually might have been some data that I think the military used for like parachuting or something, or like surviving in low atmosphere environments. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but I think for a lot of it was like garbage. But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of those people were just kind of a little bit evil, maybe.
A little bit.
A little bit.
It's actually really interesting to read some of the transcripts of like some of the like the guards and like the like low ranking people who came in and tested, and like their experience of like they were like, I was reading this one guy, like a translated version of this guy talking about like the first time he did like a live vivisection of a woman, and like him talking about like how within like 30 days he had performed the same surgery live on women, like screaming for like 5 times a day for like 30 days, and like how quickly he became like wholly immune to like any of like the suffering essentially that he was like enacting on people. It's like really crazy to see how like normal people move to like so capable of insane shit that you would think no one could do.
Yep. I mean, I streamed League of Legends for years, so
yeah, those are definitely comparable.
League of Legends is pretty horrible. Okay, I'm just saying.
Destiny, how much you pay this guy Quiznos? I see some other numbers, a bunch of numbers flying around. Is that sensitive?
It's weird. That information is not public.
Wow.
Do Darius and Straighter Aid need perms?
Darius shouldn't, because he's been here before, right?
Yeah, maybe he's being dumb.
Yeah, no, they both have perms. Sorry.
What do you think about these latest charges, Destiny? Any thoughts?
I've only read like 6 or 7 pages of the indictment so far, but I mean, yikes. Second set of federal charges. We still don't know the Georgia ones yet. Yeah, Trump is pretty fucked.
It's not looking good. These are the charges now. Crimes committed while
This is the Mona Lisa, right? Well, that's the name used by English speakers, but that name wasn't used for the painting until the 19th century. The French and Italians refer to it as La Joconde and La Gioconda. The name Mona Lisa comes from Giorgio Vasari, who stated the woman in the painting was Mona Lisa del Giocondo. But Vasari published his The Lives of the Artists 31 years after Leonardo's death. Before Vasari, it may have been referred to as a certain Florentine woman, or later as a courtesan in a gauze veil. This is not Whistler's Mother. That is the colloquial name, but its original title is Arrangement in Gray and Black No. 1. The Night Watch is actually titled Militia Company of District 2 under the command of Captain Franz Banach Koch. It obtained the name the Night Watch because what was originally a daytime scene had become so darkened by layers of varnish and dirt, it looked like it took place at night. Despite being written directly onto the canvas, this is not titled This Is Not a Pipe, but The Treachery of Images. This is not The Great Wave of Kanagawa by Hokusai. The title is The Great Wave Off Kanagawa. This seems to be a very common and understandable mistake. Except this isn't the real title either. The Japanese translation is Under the Wave Off Kanagawa. In fact, nearly all of these titles are not in their original language. Unless you were a real pedant, most people would accept and understand what you mean when using these titles to refer to these artworks. They're shorter and more well-known, and that's what the cultural consensus is. And yet, titles can still cause quite a lot of uncertainty when it comes to art history. As Ruth Yezel explains in her book, Picture Titles, how and why Western paintings acquired their names, for a long time, many paintings did not have titles in the modern sense. Literary works also did not always have titles, nor did they always get their titles from the author at the time. Many books have gotten their titles from publishers rather than authors. A major reason for the absence of traditional titles in the past is because often the subjects and themes in the paintings, such as biblical scenes, were well known to people, especially well known to people around where the painting was often permanently located. Once easel pictures became more mobile and reached a wider and more diverse audience through traveling exhibitions and the like, titles became more necessary. Many artworks before the 18th century were named long after the fact, sometimes by a random person doing something as simple as classifying and describing artworks of a dead man's estate in a list. Artworks were titled by middlemen, critics, dealers, art historians. Gradually, these descriptions morphed into what we now know as proper titles, as art became more democratized. By the end of the 18th century, artists titling their own artworks finally became common. Titles being on little labels right next to paintings with lots of space around them is also a new practice. Frequently, expositions had paintings hung like this. If you wanted to know what an image was called in this mess, you'd have to consult a catalog. In one rare case of artist title authorship before the 18th century, historians believe Vermeer himself titled this The Art of Painting, as his widow identified it as such shortly after his death. He never sold the painting, and likely considered it his masterpiece. It may seem obvious to us that titles are useful because they allow people to identify, organize, and differentiate among artworks efficiently, but that's not always the case. Titles are especially useless in differentiating religious artworks. Consider the thousands of works titled The Crucifixion or Madonna and Child, or consider the thousands of artworks titled Untitled. Once artists naming their own artworks became the standard and art history entered the 20th century, titles began to become noticeably more strange. Go to any modern art gallery and you'll find most titles are either purely descriptive and straightforward, or frustratingly cryptic. Some can be fairly clever, or enhance your understanding or appreciation of the art without deeper research. Take this minimalist sculpture titled Pair of Winged Dragons on a Candlestick Shaft. For the most part, modern art is where naming gets experimental. An artwork can be titled untitled for a variety of reasons, but the biggest is that some artists choose to leave works untitled, so the title does not inadvertently become a guide to interpretation, and the work can be read and analyzed entirely on its own. Artists like Felix Gonzalez Torres try to have it both ways by titling works untitled followed by a subtitle in parentheses, which supposedly leaves room for a viewer's impression and also gives his thoughts on the work. For example, Untitled, Portrait of Ross in LA, or Untitled, Death by Gun. Often, untitled works are accompanied by a title in parentheses after that title has been developed colloquially or assigned by gallerists. If one type of art deserves untitled, it's the minimalist and abstract works, like the commanding sculptures of Donald Judd. Marcel Duchamp once said, "Title is an invisible color," as in, a title is an element of art that is crucial but doesn't physically affect the piece. In Duchamp's most famous work, Fountain, the title is integral to its meaning. By submitting an ordinary urinal to an exhibition in 1917, giving it a signature, and labeling it Fountain, Duchamp transformed this commonplace object into a work of art. By calling this mass-produced object something it clearly was not intended for, and putting it in an artistic context, something Duchamp coined a ready-made, he challenged what exactly could be constituted as art. This work is another ready-made, a regular snow shovel that Duchamp assigned with a humorous, typical Dadaist title, In Advance of the Broken Arm, perhaps implying if one were to remove snow without the shovel, one could fall and break their arm. This ready-made by Elsa von Freytag Loringhoven and Morten Schamberg, a piece of plumbing mounted on a wooden box, is titled God. I kind of don't want to explain why it's called this, but it apparently references Marcel Duchamp's deep appreciation for America's plumbing and bridges. Some artists would turn titling into a game. Lee Krasner would often invite friends over to give titles to unnamed paintings. Surrealist Rene Magritte would do the same thing. Magritte would go through a stringent process of acquiring titles for his paintings. One painting, The Glass Key, went through 16 titles before acquiring its final name. Sometimes he would provide a title and then ask a friend to come up with a better one. In fact, British art critic David Sylvester estimates that of Magritte's 700 titles, distributed among some 1,800 works, nearly half were supplied by other people. Magritte was a fan of playing with the relationship between words and images. He was not a fan of psychoanalysis, interpreting his paintings, or finding symbols in them. As a result, many of his titles seem completely unrelated to the paintings. When he did give explanations for why some paintings had certain titles, these explanations were kind of insane. Take this painting of a canvas and easel depicting a row of trees which appears to be nestled in the leaves of the very same foliage the painting within a painting is depicting. What would you guess the title for this work is? That's right, The Waterfall. Because according to Magritte, it is the description of an inspired thought, and the title The Waterfall suggests that this inspired thought gushed forth like a waterfall. Magritte's famous picture of suited men floating above a city is titled Golconda, because, quote, Golconda was an Indian city of riches, something of a marvel. I think it is a marvel to travel through the sky on the earth. Now, these explanations sound like trolling, basically. Like the artist is simply pulling our leg, but it seems as though he took these tenuous connections between title and image seriously. Magritte's paintings are incredibly mysterious, and he is not giving you an inch to solve that mystery just by reading the title. My titles are not keys, he declared, adding, there are only false keys. I love how crazy these combinations can get, and it just leaves you thinking and thinking. Why and how did this monumentally large rock get balanced perfectly on these mountains? What put it there? What does a glass key have to do with it? Is there a key to the work? Is there some metaphor we're missing? The title comes from the book by Dashiell Hammett, which has a murder mystery plot that also has little to do with the subject of the painting on the surface. By diving into the elements and themes in Hammett's novel, one can come up with an analysis that gives some answers to these questions. One can connect A with B and B with C and say, ah, this is the meaning. But I don't find that gives me any deeper appreciation of this work. Magritte clearly took great care when titling his paintings. Many of his most famous paintings are coherent and can be interpreted easily, but in many cases this great care was in service of keeping the mystery alive. He once said, the title has the same connection with the painted figures as the figures have among themselves. The figures are brought together in an order that evokes mystery. The title is brought together with the painted image according to the same order. Like a Zen Buddhist koan, a short story, phrase, or question meant to teach and encourage enlightenment and does not have a definitive answer or meaning, there may not be a good answer for these titles. What is the sound of one hand clapping? Why is this titled The Glass Key? Nearly every artist has their own quirks about titling. René Magritte almost always made titles after the painting. Jasper Johns sometimes made titles before paintings. Pablo Picasso was indifferent about titling. He once said, a painting, for me, speaks by itself. What good does it do, after all, to impart explanations? A painter has only one language. But that didn't stop him from speaking out against other people's titles for his works when they annoyed him. James Abbott McNeill Whistler borrowed musical terminology to title many of his paintings, such as symphony, nocturne, and arrangement. Max Ernst has several paintings titled in typical nonsensical Dada and Surrealist fashion. Jackson Pollock hated titling, and eventually stopped giving his paintings evocative titles and just started numbering them. Sculptor John Chamberlain prefers words that, quote, look good with lots of P's and O's for his titles, such as Possum Blossom. Salvador Dali's titles were often long, like ridiculously long. So long it makes you wonder if he single-handedly increased the average word count for titles in the 20th century. What if he did? According to an analysis of metadata across 171,000 artworks in 133 art museums across 30 countries, longer and more syntactically complex titles have been growing since the second half of the 20th century. titles with 10 words or more have grown from 1% in the 1950s to 5% in the 2010s. With contemporary artworks came longer titles and a greater use of all types of punctuation mark. With the overwhelming deluge of sequels and franchise editions that Hollywood has been putting out, many movie and television titles are often accompanied with a colon and a secondary title. Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, Part 1. This was being complained about all the way back in 2010, and since then it has only gotten worse. I would wager that blockbuster movie titles have been getting longer for a long time. This appeal to branding is not new in moving pictures, and it's certainly not new in still pictures either. Whistler once claimed that his friends had urged him to name one of his harmonies after a character from Charles Dickens in order to increase its value on the market. Whistler dismissed such a gesture as a vulgar trick, and if they really could care for pictorial art at all, they would know that the picture should have its own merit, and not depend upon dramatic, or legendary, or local interest. My brothers and I once played a game where we tried to think of titles to movies and books that, on their surface, had nothing to do with their main subject or theme. As you can imagine, this was pretty difficult. Most works are named in a sensible way. The best we could come up with was A Clockwork Orange, and even that has an explanation. In fact, 3 explanations. One is that Anthony Burgess heard the phrase queer as a clockwork orange in a London pub. The other is that the title was a pun on the Malay word orang, meaning man. And the third, the most related to the book's themes, is that a clockwork orange is a metaphor for, quote, an organic entity full of juice and sweetness and agreeable odor being turned into an automaton. That such a title requires so much explanation surely makes it an outlier. However, there are even fewer book titles that are downright misleading. In the original book, The Swiss Family Robinson, the family's last name is not Robinson. They don't have surnames. Robinson comes from Robinson Crusoe, and a Robinsonade is a genre of fiction consisting of an adventure where the protagonist is suddenly separated by civilization and must use their resourcefulness to survive. Also, in an exceedingly descriptive 18th century style, Robinson Crusoe's full title is over 60 words long. Visual artworks are a medium where the title is not usually built into the work. Literature has written titles. Movies often have the title right before the film begins or a little bit after the film begins. Nearly every song with lyrics is going to be titled by a lyric. A painting of a concrete subject will have a concrete title. A painting of color fields may just be a number or a date. If there is one genre of media that has the most absolutely avant-garde titling, I would submit that it is experimental and electronic music. Narrow's Day at Disneyland titles often psychotically reference capitalist and economic terms that matches the aggressive and glitchy instrumentals. The electronic musician Aphex Twin often uses abstract and seemingly nonsensical titles consisting of numbers and letters. In some cases, these track titles are simply lists of the synths, samplers, and other equipment used to make the song. According to Reddit user The Emo, Xtol is a crystal oscillator used in CPUs. It could also be pronounced crystal, like Xmas is short for Christmas. The titles that consist of actual words reference all kinds of things, from scientific terms, to anagrams, to names of computer viruses. His titles are so off the wall, some have asked what his most normal titles are. Autechre titles are even worse. Even for the very name of the duo, only the first 2 letters are intentional, and the rest came from bashing randomly on a keyboard. Some titles are simple distortions of real words. Some are abbreviations of working titles. Some are just as ridiculous as they can get. For example, IV, VV, IV, VV, VIII, or roughly this number in Arabic numerals. Or take 1, 1 is. The red A, and finally, O equals 0. These titles allow the music a degree of freedom in not pinning your imagination to any one thing as you listen. There may be explanations for all of them hidden somewhere in the artist's brains, but there is such a high level of abstraction to this music, these explanations are unneeded. They reinforce the otherworldliness of the tracks, as if they are written in a language you don't understand. You don't have the capacity to figure out what it means. You just have to let your mind drift where the music takes you. The truth is, you can always make a weird title by putting together a bunch of random words or letters, crafting a lengthy and specific sentence, or just assigning a title that has nothing to do with the artwork's subject or tone. While these titles can be amusing, generally my brain glosses over them after a while. What I am really impressed by are titles that are so extraordinary. Not only do I think they elevate the accompanying work of art, they may even be better than the work itself. The physical impossibility of death in the mind of someone living is probably Damien Hirst's most famous work, and it's one of the few of my favorite artworks where the title is more interesting than the actual piece. The sculpture is simply a tiger shark in formaldehyde. Kind of creepy looking. Things could be said about our relationship with sharks as a deadly symbol, or about taxidermy, our tendency to prevent death or preserve things at the moment of death. But I don't think the sculpture does much to stimulate these lines of thought. It's the title that really gets to me. The physical impossibility of death in the mind of someone living is quite a mouthful, and also a lot to take in. The very act of trying to imagine death is by default already a failure. To think of what nothing would feel like is to think, thus making thinking of death a physical impossibility. Such a commanding title, paired with such an unnerving animal, brings attention to a fact of life that borders on a shared cosmic horror. Life-Changing Moments Seem Minor in Pictures is the name of an album and a track by the Minecraft musician C418. The album starts off with a track titled After You Hear This, You Are Older, and the rest is full of tracks with other fascinating titles, calming, droning, cheery electronic beats, and a little bit of everything in between. But Life-Changing Moments Seem Minor in Pictures is devastating in a way that needs little explanation. Enjoy Your Worries, You May Never Have Them Again, by The Books, is a title that really screws with my head. The song it accompanies features a rowdy plucked guitar layered over all kinds of samples that produces this nostalgic and melancholy atmosphere. The actual song, I don't much care for. It's not a bad song by any means, I just don't find it that notable. It's not even my favorite song in this band. But this title, man. It could be read like, enjoy your worries now because later down the line you could have more severe worries. But another reading is that anxiety is a part of daily life. People don't tend to appreciate their anxieties. We are told to count our blessings, but sometimes that's just not comforting. What we worry about drives us to act far more than what we're secure about. Your worries are part of you, and the worries you have now also signify a distinct chapter in your life. And one day, your worries may change. Maybe for the worse, maybe for the better, and when those worries change, you'll know that that chapter of your life has ended, maybe forever. To get all of that from a piece of text attached to a work of art I otherwise don't care for surely makes this a weird title. Elizabeth Armstrong, a curator of contemporary art who's helped come up with titles for exhibitions, once suggested, in the world of internet search engines, the more keywords or tags provided by your title, the better. In the age of the internet, titles in all mediums are more often than not deliberately gamed for algorithms through keywords, capitalization, and including references to trending topics. Subtle and elusive titles have become something of a lost art. But I also think there is something admirable about the efficiency of these new kinds of titles, especially when someone can create a title that is both attention-grabbing and meaningful. Titles provide the challenge of summing up the entirety of a work within a few words. Some titles are replaced with different titles through cultural forces. Some titles are integral to the meaning of a work. Some may not have any meaning, or a meaning that the artist will take with them to the grave. In some unique cases, titles transcend the work itself, becoming a poem within an artwork. Take it from Duchamp in an interview a few months before his death. The title of a painting is another color on the artist's palette. Take care in creating a title for your work. It might just end up being one of the most memorable things about it.
There's some truly awful and annoying people on this planet. Folks who just get out of bed in the morning and say to themselves, I'd like to be the most annoying person possible today, and everyone around me should be inconvenienced by my very presence. Unfortunately for all of us, and more specifically the residents of San Francisco, there is one person in particular who not only makes that choice, but also has an unlimited amount of resources at his disposal for making himself the center of negative attention. It's like having chronic main character disease, but the problem is that Elon Musk actually might be the main character in a hell world that we're all cursed to inhabit. Until proven otherwise, I guess he is the main character.
Yeah, it sucks. This story sucks.
And we just suffer around him. I mean, he's got the time, the money, the minions, and the childlike brain that can turn even the dumbest ideas into reality. Like, I don't know, buying Twitter and destroying it by turning it into what appears to be a porno app. Or by taking the completely unoriginal new logo for his garbage platform and erecting it on top of his headquarters and absolutely blinding anyone within a 4-block radius with ultra-bright flashing LEDs.
Yeah.
It's a beacon for sure.
His defenders, they're like, oh, no, those are offices, right? It's like, no, those are homes. Not just homes. A lot of old people live in those homes.
Oh, God, the rapture. It's here. It's finally here.
So yeah, this was of course done completely on a whim with absolutely zero consultation with local residents or the government. And it was also erected with what appears to be cheap, possibly dangerous materials, held down by sandbags at a height that could easily prove deadly if anything caused it to topple over or break apart. Wait, is San Francisco a windy city? Is it known for having wind? Oh, it does?
Yes.
That's not good.
In general, even before this X was erected, I would steer clear of Twitter HQ. The smell from Elon Musk not bathing, the constantly falling bricks and signage and disrepair, probably a lot of things going on.
Some dark energy emanating from that building.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from the safety issues, it was just an obscenely bright column of LED lights that continuously blasted the surrounding area in blinding light and pulses and strobes. Just set it on the most annoying setting possible.
Yeah.
Gotta let them know you're there. It's like actually
everything goes to 10.
It's actually the perfect metaphor for what he's done to Twitter because he's made it just a overwhelmingly annoying experience now. I have to sort through 50 of the dumbest people I've ever heard of under any reply to any post. It's the perfect metaphor.
Also, I don't think this resulted in any, but it was a concern brought up that anyone who might be epileptic would not have had a great time walking anywhere near this thing.
Yeah, there's but of course, you know, he's not worried about that.
He doesn't even know it exists.
He's thinking 10 steps ahead, baby. So yeah, there really is no other explanation for a move like this other than I'm doing this on purpose to annoy everyone around me because I want them to hate me. And if that was the reaction he was looking for, he definitely found it because after just one weekend, the logo has been removed after the city of San Francisco received nearly 24 formal complaints and countless more on social media, including videos from residents who live directly across from X headquarters. And yeah, those POV shots really drives home just how maddening this might be.
Very annoying. Thank you, sir.
They also, the city showed up multiple times
trying to get
and was
Can
denied,
we take a look at that?
They were denied access to the building, which I'm like, it's weird that you can just say no. Okay.
What you've done is just put a bunch of loose metal together, multiple stories in the air, in a city where wind is constantly cutting through.
It's fine. We got a lot of sandbags.
By a bay. Anyways, in one tweet, which included a video of the X logo doing its annoying little light show, the user added, "I would be fucking livid. Imagine this fucking X sign right across from your bedroom." To which another user, journalist Christopher Beale, replied, "Imagine no more. This is my life now," and showed a video from his window directly across from Elon's extremely bright sign. The funniest take I saw on this was that people are starting to just credit all of these terrible ideas directly to Linda Yaccarino instead of Elon because she is the CEO. So obviously this was her idea.
Right. This is exactly what we said the moment that was announced. She's the fall guy.
Yeah. So I love the framing.
Fall gal.
I love the framing of this being entirely Linda Yaccarino's fault.
Clearly this was Linda's idea and not perfectly in line with everything else we've seen directly from Elon Musk.
No, she did this specifically to spite the residents of the building across
Also,
the
I
street.
loved all the simps being like, "Oh, if you hate this, why don't you also hate Times Square?" It's like,
I do hate
buddy,
Times Square.
we all fucking hate Times Square. It sucks shit.
There's a building in Los Angeles that is so fucking bright. You can see it like 15 miles away from Griffith Park. The big block building in downtown. I think they actually had to turn down the brightness because they got so many complaints. But yeah, for a while in Los Angeles, we had at least temporarily outlawed digital billboards.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think they're back now in certain cases, but yeah, they are really fucking annoying and a distraction. And you know what? The old version isn't great either. Get rid of all billboards.
Yeah, do it.
Open those skies back up. Anyways, aside from annoying the neighbors, it also was erected without a permit or safety inspection from the city, and the San Francisco Department of Buildings claims that their inspectors were refused entry into the building multiple times over the weekend after cases were opened against the company for erecting the sign without approval or oversight. And yeah, maybe they thought like, oh, it's the weekend. They won't be working on the weekend. We can get away with it.
Yeah, move fast and break things. And by things, I mean local safety ordinances.
And potentially the lives of anyone unlucky enough to be walking under this.
Move fast and break the skulls of anyone walking underneath your stupid building.
Here's some more from Matt Binder's reporting on Mashable.
According to the inspector on the scene, a company representative declined to provide rooftop access and explained that the lighted sign was a temporary structure for an event. The inspector noted that he spoke with the property manager and attempted to gain access again the following day. Upon arrival, access was denied again by tenant, the inspector wrote in the public case notes filed with the department on Saturday. The inspector issued the company with a notice of violation, which may result in fines due to the lack of a permit for the structure. I saw the report. It was very funny that the local building inspector called it Tweeter multiple times. Didn't call it X, not even once, but didn't even call it Twitter. Called it Tweeter. A Tweeter representative denied me access.
They make speakers here.
To the Tweeter building. So yeah, the giant X was finally removed on Monday afternoon after barely surviving the weekend, but one X that is here to stay is the one related to the mobile app because an update was pushed to users over the weekend.
Forced upon users.
Yeah, I learned way too late that you can manually stop updates, so I've done that now. But
I'm probably
too late.
I'm very close. I almost did it today. If it weren't for doing this show, I would have already. I was very close to deleting it off my phone.
Oh, yeah, no, if not for my job, my livelihood that I've chosen for myself, which requires me to be
monitoring Elon Musk 24 hours a day.
Filthy in the content mines all day, there would be no reason for me to use this fucking thing.
But
alas.
The blue Twitter bird that has been removed was the canary in the coal mine. And we are all choking to death now.
Canary is dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's X now, folks.
Yeah.
And that happened over the weekend. Sorry. So thus another chapter comes to an end for the app previously known as Twitter, and now,
nothing
known as X.
Very little, if nothing, left of. I mean, so the only thing
they're not even called tweets anymore. They're called posts.
Yeah. So,
wow, you great, brilliant gambit, sir.
Yeah.
You've gone with the more generic term when you bought a website that had penetrated the cultural consciousness so much that the word tweet
literally added to the lexicon as a brand specific term, and you've just gotten rid of it. The only remnants now are all of the stuff that they can't switch over because it's like legacy web content, like the way certain things are labeled, and I'm sure he'll get to that point, but
they also apparently, I don't know if this is true anymore, but it seemed that they had forgotten that there are actually 2 Twitter apps. One, Twitter Lite, is intended for places that have worse internet access.
Yeah.
And that one still seems to exist on the app stores as Twitter Lite.
Okay, well, his reasoning for that is that they probably can't afford XBlue anyway, so...
Oh, also, I haven't looked into this, but so Twitter is very popular in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like after the U.S., I think that's their biggest market. And due to Japanese laws, like they can't change the name to X.
All things that
Japan.
probably should have been tested way before this erratic decision was made. This seat of the pants moment probably should have been at least researched a little bit.
You'd think for something he's been obsessed with for 30 years, he'd, go into this with a little bit more forethought, but no.
One of the random self-owned things about this, too, is that it's drawing even more attention to his previous attempts at launching X, the Everything app. And in all of those photos, he is clearly bald. Like balding, not like bald, but very obvious that he has gone through gender-affirming care.
Yeah.
Which is ironic, obviously. So the new app logo on your phones is now that porno logo. Just the X, and very questionable for anyone looking at, hey, what are you using there? Oh, X? You looking at porno on the bus?
You're fired.
Yeah. Looking at porno at your desk? You're fired. What are all those tabs across the top of your browser?
Why does this woman named Rosie keep replying to all of your posts, asking if you like her body? You're fired.
Find out more. Squirt emoji, squirt emoji. So the app is also called X, despite a brief hiccup specifically on iOS, where the App Store delayed the renaming process because they had, I would assume for good reason, a rule about having apps with one letter as the name.
A lot of issues.
So not satisfied with the destruction that he had already caused, Musk also had the app's slogan changed from Twitter's long-standing and very descriptive, "It's what's happening," to X's nonsensical and confusing new slogan, "Blaze your glory."
What does that mean?
It doesn't have to mean anything. As a reference to the movie that line is from, it gets the people going. It's provocative.
Blaze your glory. What? What the fuck does that have to do with posting?
Gets the people going.
You fucking idiot. I hate this man.
Look, I think Hank Green is great. But he also signed up to be a content creator with X, and the